right. Well, good day to all of you and welcome to our training today on how to host a dream board night. I have with me my beautiful wife, Chelsea. Chelsea, thank you so much for joining me and thank you for dreaming up this event that has already been so successful.
Well, thanks. Good to be here. Happy New Year, everyone.
All right.
About today's topic.
Yes. So folks, let's talk for a moment about why a dream board night. And then we're going to hear from Chelsea on how to host a dream board night. And by the way, we're going to talk about how to host one both in person and online over Zoom. So we've got it all laid out for you. You're going to walk away from this seeing how simple it is. And hopefully you're going to go ahead and plan one right away. But first, why? Why should you do it? Well, I love this quote by Carl Sandburg. He says, nothing happens unless first we dream. It all starts with a dream. I think about Martin Luther King Jr. I have a dream speech. In fact, I was just reading over that last week and I've got a dream too. I'd love to memorize that speech. I mean, what an amazing speech. And it wasn't just a speech, but it started with a dream and a vision. And then he has made that a reality. It's becoming a reality, his vision, and it's continuing to become that. So it starts with a dream. There's another quote that says, when you cease to dream, you cease to live. Malcolm Forbes. So true. And yet some people, Benjamin Franklin said, some people die at 25, yet they aren't buried until 75. Think about that for a moment. So many of us started out with dreams when we were young, but yet somewhere at an early age, we quit dreaming and we're dead. We're basically dead, yet we're not buried till we're 75. So I think about that verse that says, where there is no vision, the people perish. Proverbs 29:18. I think about Amway, one of the largest companies, the largest company in the direct sales industry. If you've noticed, if you've seen anything about them, one thing that they're good at, they don't have products like us. We're going to be number one in time because we're filling a real need in the marketplace and we are growing and exploding around the world. But you know what? I don't mind learning from other companies on our way to being number one in market share. And one of the things Amway is really good at is getting together with their distributors and dreaming. When I've heard talks from some of their top leaders, they talk about going to the car lot to dream, walking through homes and dreaming. They know that, top distributors in our business and across the industry, they know that we've got to wake people up to dream again. And we've got to dream big. There's a quote that says, dream no small dreams, for they have no power to move the hearts of men. And that's Johann Wolfgang von Goethe. And so today we're going to talk about dreaming. We're going to talk about starting with your team. And honestly, it can be so much fun to help people to wake up to dream again. So Chelsea, will you talk with us a little bit about why and how this has been successful and how you've been hosting these?
Yes. So as Josh said, it began with a dream. I started realizing, hey, we've got to create vision for the team and help them to start dreaming again, because we know we can start this business and then quickly dwindle out if we don't know exactly why we're here. So I started doing these vision board or dream nights regularly with the team. And it was so amazing to watch everyone come into like that, back to almost like when you're a child again, right? And there's no limits to your dreams. There's nobody who sits there and oppresses them and, says, oh, you can never do that. As a child, that's when we're encouraged. So I encourage you guys, to start dreaming like a child in these evenings, that the sky is not the limit. And so when I started these with the team, it was just so neat to see, my favorite is when couples get together. I mean, it's fun to do girls' nights, but the most powerful times I've ever seen is when couples come and they start dreaming together. And I've seen relationships change because, they're not thinking about the past, they're thinking about the future. They're dreaming together again, just like when, they're married, when they were, engaged or dating, we dreamt with them. So that's my favorite thing to do, is to do it with couples. Because you see so much change in heart. You see, just excitement that maybe they haven't had in years. They start to see and dream outside maybe that 9-to-5 job.
So tell us about, before we jump into our training, we have some slides that Chelsea's going to present to you, how to organize, how to prepare, how to facilitate this. And you're going to see it's really simple. But Chelsea, you're talking about seeing couples come alive, dream again. Share with us a little bit more specific, maybe without giving away, their names and all, but give us an example of somebody that we witnessed at one of the dream boards nights that we did together. Because folks, I hope this will encourage you, this short little training, to actually go do it and do it very quickly. Chelsea, I know you would agree. We've talked about this. We really kind of fell off of doing this after our year-long tour. And we really feel like this is the key for all of us to having a great first quarter, a great year, and even a great decade ahead. It's a fresh new decade. So Chelsea, what did you see even specifically in a couple's life as a result of this?
The wife is very outgoing, and she has big dreams, but her husband held down a 9-to-5 job, and we know that can get exhausting and draining. But it was so neat when they came to the dream board night. You could see kind of like they weren't there yet. He wasn't there. He only could see the 9-to-5 job. But then when we really started breaking down, what we're going to be doing that night, and helping them to start dreaming through just brain, jogging the brain with dreams. And all of a sudden, you start at it and it doesn't stop. And I just saw, the relationship got better. I saw a change. And what's really neat is even at a Breakfast of Champions, they shared, after that night, and then after realizing, okay, to achieve these dreams that we so badly want, we've got to plug into success team. We've got to plug into reading books. And not only did the relationship change, did he become, was like a better father, a better employee. He started moving up ranks at his 9-to-5 job because of dreaming and having that passion back inside of him instead of just going through the mundane tasks. It's like it kind of awoke something. It majorly awoke something. And when we saw the excitement as they were painting their dream board. So, yeah.
In fact, I got to tell you, you and I, we've never forgotten it. And y'all, that's what Chelsea shared. And I can remember as if it were yesterday. And it's so much fun to watch what happened. Thanks to you, Chelsea, of having this vision, this dream that we need to dream with our team better. And I think that this is something that we're going to really work at, continuing to grow at, doing more of. And so folks, let's jump right into this because don't you want to have that impact not only on your own life, your own marriage, your own business, but to be able to say, wow, I was a part of helping others wake up and dream again. So hosting a dream board night. Chelsea, walk us through it.
Yeah. Okay. So this is one of the one I did with some of the Georgia team. And what is back to sharing kind of the testimonies of what comes out of this. Some of the challenge winners that we've had with Neolife have been at a dream board night. Isn't that cool, you guys? And so, but this here is just kind of, we did this during the day, and there is a little kiddo there, but we do encourage this to be an adult event because you want to stay focused. So if it's in person, and we'll dive into the Zoom side of it, I'll go over kind of the supplies that you'll need. That is, of course, always you need energy and fluids, so snacks and drinks to share. And if you're doing this with other promoters, I would encourage them to contribute to that. You want a whiteboard or a flip chart, and I'll go over why you want that. Well, actually, I'll just go over why you want it now, because you're going to be writing down people's dreams. And when you see it and you visualize it, things wake up inside you. And maybe somebody might holler out like, financially, I want to get out of debt. And then the other person's thinking, ooh, student loans, or, so it's jogging things as they're seeing it and writing it down. And then if they forget about it, they can go back. So that's why poster board, because that's what they're going to use. So I've done dream nights where it's a small poster board or one of those big ones. It just kind of depends on your preference. And then you want markers, scissors, and glue. And I missed the magazines. That's the most important. Now the magazines are for pictures because you want to be able to I should have my dream board. I can kind of show you, but you want to put pictures. And one thing I want to encourage you guys to start dreaming again is maybe you're driving by a car lot and you say, oh, I love that car. That would be my dream car. Or maybe there's that boat. Go and get a snapshot with you standing in front of it and put it on your dream board. That's powerful. But the magazines, they are so powerful because they have all kinds of words in it. Like mine says, people, connection, action, I think is on the top of that. And that's kind of what we're about, right? But I found it in a medical magazine, right? So the words in that magazine are powerful. So moving on to kind of what the agenda would look like for that night for like an in-person event. So as you begin and as you're opening up the night, it's a laid back night. You encourage people to come dressed very comfy because a lot of them are going to be sitting on the floor or whatever, cutting out things in the magazine. But you want to share, this is such a powerful time. You can, like I said, couple events are my favorite, but girls' night outs are powerful too. This industry is 80% women. So that's where it's powerful because so many of us in this industry are women. And then about, that event that I did where I said the couple, just watching them change. Sometimes, the guys come and they're like this, or even the girls. And it's amazing to watch them just kind of absorb it all in and be like, I'm getting into this. So they're cutting out their pictures, their motorcycle they want, or their boat. As you begin the evening, whether it's a couple, whether it's the girls' night out, this is also a great event to invite prospects to. So it's nice to get very intimate with your Neo-Life promoters and all, but this is also something anyone can come to, anyone can dream with, or dream again. And so I want to encourage you with a couple things. The first 15 minutes, share your Neo-Life business story of learning to dream again, especially if prospects are there, whether you're, prospecting them for the business or it's just a dear friend you're inviting in. This is powerful because your Neo-Life business, because of the community you're part of, you are dreaming again. And then that whiteboard that I suggested that you have, that's where you're going to ask the questions and get them to start dreaming again. It is so fun. Those questions are faith, fitness, family, friends, finances, fun, future. Maybe you guys will come up with some others, but that's kind of, the areas in life. Where do they want to be in their faith? How about their fitness and health? What are the relationships they need with family and friends? How are their finances? What do they dream of in the future with that? Where do they want to go on vacation? What kind of, maybe they want a boat. Maybe they want a motorcycle. Josh has an airplane on our dream board that he wants. So that ties into more than just fun because he's so busy. You know what that means for him, jetting here and then being back for dinner with the family. But, and then the future, dreaming about, all those tie into the future. So back to the agenda part. When you're set in the mood, turn on music. And you guys are going to laugh at this, but my favorite and where I've seen the best results is instrumental music. And my favorite is a Hobby Lobby instrumental. Podcast, or not podcast, on Spotify or Pandora. You probably can even get it on YouTube. So that just sets the mood to get everybody to relax and just start creating that dream board. So give about an hour, depending on how many people you have there. Make sure you want to encourage everybody to bring their own supplies. You'll supply the poster boards, but encourage people to bring like their own markers and scissors.
And they can even bring cutout pictures ahead of time of things like, for example, Chelsea, the last one you did, I wasn't able to be at, and I got you a picture of my the Vision Jet, which is my dream, and you put that on the board. And so, you can do that as well. So you're not just relying on magazines. If there's specific things, like you said earlier, you might get a picture of you in front of your car or your dream home or whatever to really make it even more personal. Doesn't have to be. Most of ours have not been that personal. There's other things, pictures represented dreams that we had. But
what's really neat, as we dream and create these dream boards, it helps us to really narrow down more, and it becomes like just as habit, right? Say, ooh, we're going to put that on our dream board. So we're kind of picking things out because I put our Costa Rica mission trip on the dream board. I printed out pictures of that. I put the catamaran that we want to eventually, get and go on a trip with the family. So those are great. And it helps kind of speed the process because people have already started to dream. So as you're inviting, tell them like, hey, if you have something you want, print that picture out or get it somewhere. And then the last part of this is probably the most amazing part of a dream or vision board, dream board night is when people get to stand up and share that dream board. And I would recommend you start with yours because you want to break the ice. You want to kind of show how that process would go. And then tie it into your dream of how Neolife is going to get you there. As it is the vehicle to help these dreams come true. And then for those who are prospects and all, invite them into the Ideal Business Neolife Facebook group so that you don't have to go into anything about necessarily business except your story and then your promoters that are there. But if they're a prospect, just let them know, hey, if you're interested in that side of it and ready to get a plan B going or out of that 9-to-5 job, let's plug you in here. So we also have the Zoom agenda. Zoom agenda. And that's actually 2-part. And a friend who was on my training the other day, Stacy, she had asked this and it triggered me thinking a little bit more about it. And I was like, so right, we should break it into 2 parts. And here's why. Because when on the first, and I would say pick a day, maybe it's a Tuesday and a Tuesday, a week apart, same time, same place, 30 minutes. So same agenda, you're going to share your story of how Neolife helped you dream again. You're going to ask those questions to get them to dream. And then you're going to give the homework. So you kind of explain, hey, get a poster board. Here's what you're going to need. Grab some magazines. Let's dream again. And then kind of follow up with them throughout the week. Make sure, hey, how's that dream board going? Oh, I saw this picture, thought of you. Ooh, this is a powerful word. So you're still in that homework communicating to them. So if it is maybe a week later, I do like kind of setting a time, but maybe it's back to back. I don't know, whatever works for you guys. The next time you come together, day 2, that's where you would share the dream board. And that's again, where you would start, tie it in with how you'll achieve it with and through Neolife. And then, again, everybody else is going to share theirs. And you guys, it's an emotional time. I mean, we have cried, we have laughed. Things come out when people start dreaming, maybe what's held them back. So get ready to cry with your team, to laugh with your team. And then of course, we're going to start celebrating with our team, as we help them achieve those dreams. So, and then again, if it's prospects, don't forget that Ideal Business Neolife Facebook group is powerful just to plug them in and get them going.
It's powerful. And if I may add something, it's not fair to not give them the option of a vehicle to reach their dreams. Yes. Because too often people have quit dreaming for several reasons. Maybe it's the negative influence of other people. That's part of it, but it's also because all of a sudden they reality hits them in the face. And all of a sudden it's like, well, wait a minute, I have a limited income. I don't have this opportunity to unlimited income to be whoever I want to be, design my own future, decide the income that we want to make. There's not an opportunity for them to have a plan B or a plan C. Most of them don't know of anything. I mean, we almost take this for granted, and it's so unfair if we don't give everyone the opportunity to say, hey, listen, you may love, what you're doing. You may be happy with it, but if you or someone is interested in earning some extra income, being a part of a great cause, making a difference, being a part of, people like some of my team here tonight, who we have dreams and we have a vehicle to help us achieve them. You see what I'm saying? If you don't invite them, it's not fair. It's just not fair. And when you share your dream board, they're going to realize that you're not just pie in the sky dreams. You have a vehicle, some of the vacations and the trips, you have a way to get them paid for, right? So you'll tie these in, and it's just going to, it's exciting because we're giving people actually a vehicle. The homework thing, Chelsea, I agree with you that you can be back to back, but I like what you said. Ideally, it would be a week apart because this will be fun to give people an opportunity to go out there and dream all week long. Maybe they get their spouse involved if they have a spouse. Maybe they go again, get the pictures of the car at the car lot, at the dealership. Maybe they are able to talk that week with their spouse about, what kind of dream home would we like to have? Where would we want to live? So that can be an amazing, amazing week. So we're really excited ourselves about doing more Zooms, even though there's something powerful about being in person as well. But they both work and they both have their pluses. So back to you, Chelsea.
All right. Well, I think that's about it. We kind of went over the questions to ask. You can kind of see up on this slide, just kind of what do you want? And these are just words people threw out. And I think this is kind of neat. So this lady created the dream board. These are just, you guys can see the mess on the table, the Neolite bottles. There is, it's just kind of fun. You sit around and you get to chat, you're really diving in, you're really just looking for those key words. And I love how she has share, strong, joy, beauty, love. And what's neat is, those words can be just a word. But when you put that up on your wall and you created that and you think about that board that says, look what people threw out. They wanted money. They wanted a ranch with a horse. Somebody wanted to buy a wedding venue. Somebody wanted a trucking business. Somebody wanted a husband. So, all of those are just, so neat. But as they go back and they're looking at those words, all these words on these boards right here, they're going to remember that moment and why they wrote that word and what that word strong or joy, or, you see strength and full life here, what those mean. And so I encourage everybody, when they create a dream board, put it somewhere where you're going to see it every day. I mean, it might need to be up on the ceiling as you lay down and go to sleep that night, and wake up in the morning. But this is a fun group. This is one that I did for Alan and Nicole up in Chewelah, Washington. And you know what? Some of these people have come out of this in this dream board, and it changed their life. I see a few of these people on here that were there, and to see what they've done. And the weight loss they've achieved. Oh my goodness, there's our challenge champion. I don't know if you see her in that left-hand corner, but it started at that dream board night, you guys. But, and of course we see Alan and Nicole as IPT now. I mean, you guys, dreaming is big. And so I think that's all.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much, Chelsea. Why don't you grab our dream board real quick before we close it out? Okay. And I just want to thank you all for attending and watching this training. And I really want to encourage you that don't wait, go schedule one right away. There's no way you can mess this thing up. There's no presentation to give or anything. It's fun. And as Chelsea said, it's great. You can do this Chelsea's done girl nights. And then we've done plenty of couples. And as Chelsea said, we really like that the best, because if you do have a spouse, it's great if you can get them there so that they can grow together. They can dream together. So if you want to do this at your home, perfect. That's how we've done them. But if you want to now in this present time that we're in, you want to do it over Zoom, even better. And you know what? I think even if you do one at home, why not do another one as well over Zoom so that you can reach out to everyone across the country. And again, back to reminding you what Chelsea said, don't just invite your team, consider inviting people who aren't in Neolife as well, because this could be the way to get them to dream again. And then at the very end, you'll introduce them to the vehicle that will allow them to go achieve those dreams. So Chelsea, you're back with the board. All right. Well,
I think it's backwards, but it's a small board.
Perfect.
We actually did a small one this time. We've got those huge poster boards. But, I told you, these are just words that we found in a magazine. And it's neat because as you're going through, it gets you thinking, you're kind of in a quiet time as you're flipping through the magazines, usually for about 30 minutes or so. And then you kind of start putting it together. But I clipped tons of stuff. And then this is what I came out with. I did print this out. I didn't know if I'd find that in the magazine, but just a catamaran. I did print this picture out. This is, mission, living on purpose. This is something we do with our team. And it's, it's been a dream of ours, and now it's happened. but it's been on our board for a while, but now putting it on the board, and actually us in Costa Rica on our mission trip is just so neat. And then just picking out words like connection, community, conversations, gratitude. I love staying the course. I put that right below Josh's dream plane because, if we stay the course, and we are, connecting with people, we have a purpose and we take action. And then I picked the word, go. Because, if you're going, you're moving forward. And so that's just kind of give you a little idea. And then, we've kind of had our dreams come true with the house on the lake now. And, but now I have this as a big old ranch because one day.
We want to have, leadership development center. Yes. We have a lot of dreams, goals and things that we'd like to accomplish on that ranch. So that's a big one there for us.
I love that picture because all it is like the gate to get in. and also, but that's kind of ours to give you an idea. It can be really simple. And some people get complicated. So it's all, you get to see their personality. So that's fun too.
Yes. Well, thank you so much, Chelsea. Thank you so much, everyone, for being here. Let's go do it. And then come back and comment underneath this video in the comment section. If you're seeing this on Facebook, in the Facebook Neo-Life Business Builders group, or maybe you're on YouTube, but come back and comment and share how it worked for you, how it impacted you, and how it helped your team to dream again. And then let's go out there and do it, because we have everything we need to go out there and make these goals and dreams a reality. The only thing that's holding us back is the dream. Do we have the dreams? And I want to remind you of this quote as we leave: dream no small dream, for they have no power to move the hearts of men. So most of the time we're just dreaming too small. Go dream something big that will get you out of bed in the morning, and you put a little fire under your pants to go out there and change the world, impact the world. Because when we achieve our dreams through Neo-Life, here's the beautiful thing: we are impacting and changing the world in a very significant way. And that really fires me up. So I know it fires you up as well. Thank you for helping us in the trend. Let's go out and do it. And at the same time, make all your dreams come true.